You guys, we have another one of those people that you have to mention when you talk about Real Housewives of New Jersey content. I'm talking about the one, the only. Peter Panos is here with us in the waiting room. We are going to rewind about all things the most recent episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm Elle Murasaki, and this is the Real Housewives Rewind. So I told you we were here. We were talking all things Jersey with the one and only Peter Panos. Okay, like save all the niceties. Let's just jump in. Who asked Jen to remind us that Joe and Melissa had hard times?
Oof. I didn't need all that. I thought we were going on a good trajectory here. I didn't know we were cruising onto Beverly Hills like territory here. But it was a little rough for me to watch.
It's getting catty. It's
getting a little catty.
Yeah, but like also, I don't know. See, here's the thing with me. I don't like when we talk about the kids and the husband or anybody who's just not on the show. Like, I like to keep it cast focused. However, there was something about Marge and Jen's back and forth that was also kind of like, oh, give me more. Like, were you into that or did that get too dark for you?
It started off as like, I feel like Jennifer's good at the like the cheeky insults and banter and like you're a homewrecker and this and that. But then like Auntie Margaret comes in and she goes for like the jugular. Like, how many times are we gonna talk about Bill's affair? We get it.
No, she's like, oh, you have a family, but is it a happy one?
Yeah. Well, they look pretty happy to me.
They look like they keep showing up and doing the thing. So I don't know. But it's also weird because I feel like Marge is coming so hard at Jen because she knows that Jen knows something. I don't know what's there with this friend who keeps looming around that we keep mentioning every episode. But I feel like whatever tea that person is sharing is valid because Marge looks shook.
Yeah, if Triggered was a person, it would be Margaret Josephs. Easily. Like, that hat was like flopping around and she was like getting in her face like, girl, you have a cast on your wrist. Like, relax with the jabs.
I couldn't hear, first of all, and this is why they'll never call me to be a housewife, because if she was arguing with me, I would have been like, Marge, baby girl, I can't hear you over the hat. Like,
it was like, she was like, look at me.
Yes, but are you happy? I have a happy home. And you're like, Marge, if
that hat did not come from a happy home.
No.
It came from the bargain bin at TJ Maxx. Okay. That's where it came from, and it needs to go back. That was the real villain of this episode, was that?
No, the real villain was your girl and the lack of lip liner on the top lip.
No.
Oh my God. When you said it to me, I said thank you. Because I was really like,
yeah. I was like,
what's happening? I couldn't catch it. But you caught that it was the lip liner.
It was because it was very defined. And then I was like, oh, it's probably just like the lighting. And I was like, no, it's just on the bottom lip. It's just on the bottom lip. Okay.
Also, runner up for the villain, though, is the uber 90s black lip liner around Melissa's red lip. Is this a total video? What's happening?
I feel like not a total video. I have a lot of questions in terms of like who they pissed off in like the beauty department and the styling department, because there's some angry gays and they're coming for blood with some of these looks. So I'm like,
Melissa's stylist is a tree hugger. Please make no mistake about it.
Oh, yeah. He's like, you know what you need that Tree would never be bold enough to do? And he's like, black lip liner. And she's like, do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It was also off topic, but it was also refreshing to see Melissa and Antonia have a storyline for even just a second and not bring up Tree. I was like, oh, there's hope. And then we started talking about Tree. Okay.
They were like, nope, we're gonna bring in Tree too.
We tried it. I don't like it. It's like going into the pool and realizing it's too cold. It's like, nope, can't do it.
Yeah, nope. I liked where it was going at first because I do feel bad for their kids because, you know, waking up in the morning, you know, like ever since then, so many things, you know, like it's hard to watch, I feel like. So I like when they do like lighthearted things with their families, but like they'll be doing lighthearted stuff and then they'll be like, you know, your Uncle Joe and your Aunt Teresa are trash, right? Like out of nowhere. And I'm like, whoa,
No.
like
Yeah. It'll be like, oh, let's bake cookies, and they're baking, and it's how's school going, and cheers going so good. Okay, oh, your birthday. You know your aunt sucks, right? Like family is so important. Just promise me you'll always be close with your brothers. It's like,
yeah,
okay,
but only your
Mom.
brother and not his wife ever.
You get that? Okay, but she's not the problem. We
I'm like,
closed. No, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, I never know. I'm so on the fence when it comes to Melissa or Tree, because every time I think that one of them is like worse and the other one is like better, I'm like, okay, no, they're both like toxic. This is very toxic.
They do things, and that's the sentence. Like, I'm a Tree hugger who can admit that Tree be doing things.
Yeah, and I'm
like, you're my chosen family, girl. I will drop kick you off of that grill stand. Please stop. We closed with Danielle, and listen, I love me some Danielle, but we closed with her first like obligatory party, which was her daughter's 5th birthday party, and like so respectfully, this is why I like my housewives just a smidge older and past that point in life.
Yeah,
I have an 8-year-old. This I watch this for escapism. This feels like home. I don't want to be at your daughter's 5th birthday party.
But also, I'm not inviting these heifers to my kid's birthday party knowing that they never act accordingly ever. They're like, time to cut the cake, and then out of nowhere they're like, oh, wasn't your husband having an affair? And I'm like,
I heard you were sucking in the girls' bathroom.
Yeah. What she says, she goes, this is why you don't invite your white friends.
No, remember when that woman stormed out of Kenya's? They were like, sucking. And then the girl was like, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, like, girl,
please.
You're on the Housewives. Like,
please, you knew that when you signed the release.
I would never bring. No, I would never bring.
She knew that when she signed the release.
Anywhere.
She was looking for a moment.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so we have a segment here called Scrolling Down the Timeline. And this week, the thing that caught my eye on the timeline was actually you mentioning the jersey. Yes, you mentioning the jersey of it all. You had an interview with the one and only Jennifer Aydin. Give us the 60-second rundown on it.
Okay, so it happened really quick. I sent like the proper press email that we do. I got a call from her manager. She's like, I'm gonna send Jen to you. I was like, let's do it via Instagram instead. And they just said she'll talk about whatever. We talked mostly about beauty. It's going to be streaming tomorrow on the Hot Topics podcast. Gonna be our first episode with Jen. She did kind of throw in a couple of little teasers for this season that we're in now. Ooh. I asked her which housewife she would give a makeover to. She didn't hesitate to answer, so that is on there. And we did talk about lip liner. Yeah, so we did talk about lip liner too. So I need to know, like, I didn't know she only met the bottom lip when we were talking about that.
And y'all talked about lip liner, and I was in the live, and you also talked about the fact that she does her own makeup for like the little 1-2 dinner sit down. So this was really a choice.
Yeah, so she said that Bravo pays for their glam for their sit down interviews, but not for their everyday like events that they go to. So that's all them doing it themselves. From what I gathered.
Monique told us something similar. Before we let you run, because you know we can keep you all day long, give us...
I would stay here for you all night.
Oh my God, and I would love it. Give us your fire, keep, demote. You have like 45 seconds.
Okay.
Go. And then when you come back at the end of the season, we'll see if it sticks up. You see how I do?
Okay, so fire, keep, demote. Okay, so can I keep more than one person?
Do whatever you want.
Okay, so I would definitely keep Teresa and Melissa and Jennifer. I feel like they've earned their keep. I would probably demote Dolores just because I don't really get why she's like there half the time. And she's yeah, and she's a little like really dark on her Instagram, which like concerns me a little bit. Like, who's doing Dolores's makeup? You know? And then I'd probably demote her and maybe Margaret, because Margaret is just giving us like the annoying drama at this point. Like it's trying too hard. And if I could like promote somebody, I don't know if that was in there. I'd give it to Jackie because she's trying so hard to like get a sentence in this season.
Listen, Jackie G, and I support
And I
that
like
because
her. Yeah.
I love me some Jackie G, and I want to know more about her story. Bravo, if you're listening, give Jackie G more. I'm Elle Murasaki. This has been the Housewives Rewind. We realized you could have been anywhere on the internet, but you were here talking Housewives with us, and that is deeply appreciated. Until next time, thank you for being here. We'll rewind with you later.